Welcome back. So, Brown is a crime thriller that marks Karishma Kapoor's return in a completely different avatar from the glamorous role she was known for in the 90s. Set in the dark and gloomy streets of Kolkata, the series follows Rita Brown, a disgraced detective struggling with alcoholism, personal trauma, and damaged reputation. When the daughter of a wealthy businessman is found murdered, Rita is reluctantly pulled back into action to investigate a case that soon reveals the presence of a dangerous serial killer. The biggest reason to watch Brown is Karishma Kapoor herself. She delivers one of the most mature performances of her career, playing Rita with remarkable restraint and realism. Instead of relying on dramatic outbursts, she communicates the character's pain through subtle expression, wary body language, and a constant sense of emotional exhaustion. Rita feels like a woman carrying years of guilt and suffering, and Karishma succeeds in making that struggle believable. It is easily the strongest aspect of the entire series and proves that she can handle darker character driven material with confidence. Surya Sharma also impresses as Arjun, Rita's junior officer and investigative partner. His chemistry with Karishma feels natural, and together they create some of the show's most engaging moments. Supporting actors like Soni Razdan, Helen, Jishu Sen Gupta, Ajinkya Dev, and Meghna Malik perform adequately, but unfortunately, most of their characters are underdeveloped and never become truly memorable. While the performances are solid, the writing turns out to be the show's biggest weakness. Brown tries to present itself as a gritty psychological thriller, but the central mystery lacks originality. Anyone familiar with crime dramas will likely identify the killer long before the series reaches its conclusion. The narrative relies heavily on familiar tropes such as influential families hiding secrets, political interference in investigation, and the idea that only one troubled detective can solve the case. The opening episode creates intrigue with a disturbing murder scene and promises a gripping mystery. However, as the episode progresses, the storytelling becomes repetitive. Each chapter follows a similar structure, mixing present day investigation with stylized flashback that eventually lose their impact. The first four episodes, in particular, move at a painfully slow pace, spending too much time on atmosphere and side plots instead of pushing the investigation forward. Director Abhinav Dev deserves credit for transforming Kolkata into a character of its own. The city is presented through muted color, dimly lit streets, damp alleyways, and a constant oppressive mood. Cinematographer Amog Deshpande captures this neo-noir atmosphere beautifully, creating visuals that often feel more compelling than the story itself. The background score complements the darker moments effectively, helping maintain tension when the narrative struggles. Unfortunately, several subplots never receive proper attention. Arjun's personal struggle, family conflicts, and past trauma are introduced but not explored deeply enough. Other supporting characters and family dynamics also feel incomplete. By the time the finale arrives, many of the storylines seem forgotten or rushed. The ending itself is perhaps the biggest disappointment. After spending hours building suspense around the killer's identity and motives, the final revelation feels generic and underwhelming. The explanation behind the crimes lack emotional impact and fails to justify the lengthy build-up. In the end, Brown is carried almost entirely by Karishma Kapoor's excellent comeback performance and its impressive visual atmosphere. However, predictable storytelling, sluggish pacing, weak subplots, and an unsatisfying payoff prevent it from becoming the gripping thriller it wants to be. If you're a fan of crime dramas or simply curious to see Karishma Kapoor in a completely different role, it might be a worthy look. Otherwise, there are strong crime thrillers available on streaming platform. Overall, Brown earns a disappointing 4.5 out of 10, a stylish crime thriller with a standout lead performance trapped inside a weak and predictable script. Thank you for watching. Bye.